Here we go. Chapter 2, Section 3. It's been a while since we've had a section to do, so we're going to get started here. Formulas and tables. The first note there says formulas can be used to fill in data tables. Hey, that's nice. We'll be able to use that. So when you think about a formula, there's certain parts of it. Okay, do you remember the parts of a formula?
Yeah, a single variable. Something like that.
It has to do with a single variable, right?
Well, there's a single variable, and then it's like equals, and then there's like a number.
And then there's stuff. So it's a single variable equal to something. So if you look at the first example here, or maybe we should write this down again. A single, ooh, I don't like that color. I mean, I do, it just doesn't show up very well. Single variable, and can I abbreviate variable?
Yeah.
Equal to something. Okay, that's just to remember what a formula is. And you know how you guys all know what a table is, not the four-legged kind here, but like a data table.
Yeah.
It's got numbers.
It's
and
this,
things.
yeah.
Yeah, it's right there on the page. So example 1 here. The tip, which is represented by the variable t, should be 15% of your bill, represented by the variable b. Fill in the data table using the formula. T equals 0.15 times b.
Whoa.
So what's that formula going to help us figure out?
Tip.
It's going to help figure out the tip. Okay? So, in the box here, you're going to write 0.15 times, what's my b value in that first row? 10. Because like this whole row here is tip equals. So what's 0.15 times 10?
No one.
It is 1.5. Now, a tip in a bill, what kind of numbers are those?
$1.
Yeah, it's money, right? So how should we write money?
$1.
We should have a dollar sign. And what should be true about our decimals?
It should be
How many decimal places are represented in money?
1, 2.
2.
Really?
$1.50. So a little side note here, if you ever get a problem that has money, always round to 2 decimal places. So always round to 2 decimal places. So if you have 3 decimal places, you're going to round to 2. If you have 1, you're going to add a 0. Very simple. If you have 2, you're just going to leave it as 2. So we added a 0 here on the after the 5 to make it 2 decimal places.
Okay.
All right. What's my next? What are we going to multiply for my next one?
0.15 times 14.
So you guys all have calculators. You're doing this math. And what do you get, Luke? Oh, he's getting his calculator out.
2.175.
Yeah.
So we get, I'm going to write it underneath here. You don't have to write this yet. 2.175. When you round to 2 decimal places, you go to the first decimal point, second decimal point, look to the right. If it's 5 or bigger, you round up. So it becomes 2.18. And what do I need in front of those numbers? A dollar sign. I don't add a 0 on there because
There's already 2.
it's already at 2 decimal places. So don't add a 0 on there. Next one. Well, I know it's going to be 0.15 times what, Owen?
Sorry, what? Repeat it.
For my next one, what's my multiplication problem going to be?
0.15 times 23.79.
I got the answer. 3.5685.
So you said it was 3.5685?
But it's gonna be
Yeah.
So
3 point.
I got to go to my second one, look to the right.
Yeah, round it up.
3.57.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have to write?
So you don't have to write the part underneath here, these here, but I'm just showing you this is what we did when we actually did the math, and this is our rounded answer.
I was gonna wonder if we had to write stuff on the top.
This stuff.
Yeah.
So in your table, I'm fine if you don't write the equation, as long as somewhere over to the side you show me what you did. Okay? I just wrote it that way. All right, so that's filling a data table in when you have a formula. Okay? Now we're going to find a formula based on the numbers already given to us. Okay? So this takes the next step here. And you guys did some of this in 6th grade. I know you did. Way at the beginning of the year. So, find the formula relating time to distance. My first step when I look at this is I look at the number at the top and the number underneath, and I say, how can I get, if I add, how can I get from 2 to 90? If I add or subtract, how do I get from 2 to 90?
I mean, I'm thinking of 20.
If you're not sure, just do 90 minus 2 on your calculator.
88.
88. So if I add 88 to 2, it gets me to 90, right?
Yeah.
Let's try it with the next one. If I do 3 plus 88, do I get 135?
No.
No, so plus 88 doesn't work. This is because this is like plus 132 and this is like plus 176.
Oh,
Those are like changing every time, right? So
Yeah.
that doesn't work. We've determined that adding 88 does not work. What? How can I get from 2 to 90 by multiplying?
Oh, I got it.
So in other words, 2 times what equals 90?
45.
Times 45. Let's try it. 3 times 45. Does that equal 135? Luke says yes, so we'll take his word for it. 4 times 45. Does that work? So 40 times 45 works every time. So what are we figuring out? What's our answer being when we multiply by 45? Time or distance? Is distance our answer or time our answer?
Distance.
Distance. So our formula is D equals, because we just figured out D. And what did you multiply?
45.
Times what?
What? By the number on
Time times 45. So that's your formula.
Oh.
Whoa. This makes so much sense.
So first, I always do addition first, unless I like know off the top of my head, oh, it just makes sense to do multiplication. Like in this one, I probably would have looked at it and been like, addition's not going to work. But you can always try it first. If addition works, then it's addition. If it doesn't, then try multiplication. So Emery says the next one's easy. So find a formula representing or relating representatives in total Congress.
Plus 2.
So we've got plus 2. Does it work for the next one?
Yeah.
Plus 2. Plus 2 works for everyone. So plus 2 looks like it's our operation we're going to do. So in our formula, we're going to have plus 2.
No,
What are we adding to 2?
the R.
R.
Plus
And that
C
equals
C.
C. Boom. Done.
I like this.
Yes, I like this too.
Doing all right?
Yeah. Yeah.